Hey guys, it's Mrs. McPhail. Wow. They're having a lot of fun next door. You know what? We're gonna have fun with this video too. Promise you, so let's just get started. Okay, we're dividing with decimals in this video. So these are all word problems, and once again, if word problems stress you out, just take out the numbers. Try to figure out what they're trying to ask you. So here's our first question. We know that 14 bags of Takis cost $31.67. How much does each bag cost? Let's take out the numbers and just figure out what it's asking us to find. We know that there's Takis, they cost so much. And we need to figure out how much does each bag cost. Since I know that I'm working with a bigger number over here, this is several bags, right? And I need to know how much each is going to cost. This is cluing me in that this is going to be division. Okay, so let's set up our division problem. We have $31.67, and we're going to divide that by 14 bags. All right, so this is going to be long division, so let's go ahead and set it up. Actually gonna make this a little bit smaller. Ooh, maybe I'll turn it a little bit too. That's cool. Okay, let's leave it like that. So we have $31.67. We're going to divide that by 14. They are still having a really good time next door. On the side, we're going to write down our Does McDonald's serve cheeseburgers. And let's go ahead and do our division. So 14 does not go into 3. 14 is bigger than 3, so we're going to put a 0 there. But 14 does go into 31. And if we count by 14s, 14, 28, and that's the closest we're going to get. So it goes in twice. So we've divided. Let's multiply. 14 times 2 is 28. We're going to subtract. We have 3 left over. Now we're going to check, and we're checking to see, is our 3 smaller than our divisor? If it is, which it is here, then we're good to go on. Let's bring down our 6. Before we do that, we have to do one other thing. Do you see where we have the decimal point here between the 1 and the 6? We're going to bring that guy straight up right now, and I'm going to change the color so that you can even see this. This is why it matters, and graph paper helps with this, to line your numbers up so they don't get off track and you don't get wrong answers. Okay, let's go on. So we're going to go back to division because we brought down our number, and this time we're going to say, how many times does 14 go into 36 evenly? And we know that 14 and 14 is 28. If we add on another 14, that's 42, so that's too much. So we're going to say 2 again. 2 times 14 is 28. We're going to subtract. Erase some of this down here. Okay, we're going to check. Is 8 smaller than our divisor of 14? It is, so we're going to go on. We're going to bring down our 7. All right, so this time we're going to ask ourselves, how many times does 14 go into 87? And this is kind of guessing once again, so we're going to break out some either repeated addition or multiplication on the side, and let's just guess 5. That's 70, and then let's add on one more to see if we can get any closer without going over. Ooh, that gets us really close. So let's try a 5 and a 1 and a 6. So 6 times 14, we just did that work down here, it's 84. So we divided and we multiplied, now we're going to subtract, and we have a remainder of 3. Now since we have a remainder, we need to keep dividing because we're working with money. And in money, we don't like to have remainders. And so we're going to add on a 0. And I have a feeling here that we might be dividing for a while. So let's just try one more. So 14 goes into 32 times. It's 28. And a 2. So we're going to be dividing here for a long time. But anyway, so we're going to have a decimal that just kind of goes on and on and on and on. But generally speaking, our answer would be $2.26. Okay, see, I just rounded my answer here? Okay, so that's the answer to that problem. Biggest thing here, make sure that your decimal point comes straight up when you're dividing. All right, another one. 26 students bought one bookmark each at the book fair. If the total spent was $25.63, how much did each bookmark cost? Same thing here. If word problems stress you out, just take out the numbers right away. So pretend that we're not talking about how many. Let's just summarize it. We know that kids went to a book fair. They spent a lot of money. We need to know how much each of them spent on bookmarks. So our numbers here, $25.63, that's the total amount of money that was spent, okay? And we had 26 students, and they each bought one of these bookmarks, okay? So I guess with this problem, we're assuming that all of the bookmarks cost the same amount. So let's set up our division problem. We have $25.63. That's divided among 26 students because they all bought the same of one thing. As long division, it's going to look like this. They're still having a good time next door. Maybe they want to buy some bookmarks, some Takis. Okay, and I didn't do this the last time, but I recommend doing it. Just bring your decimal point up right away so you don't forget about it. So let's do some division. $26 doesn't go into 2 or 25. All right. So let's check if 26 goes into 256, and it should. And oh boy, we're going to have to do some guessing here. I'm just going to guess 9 right off the bat. 18. Okay, that looks pretty close, so let's try that. 9 times 26 is 233. So we divided, we multiplied, we're going to subtract. We're going to check. Is 23 less than 26? It is. So we're going to bring down our 3. And we're going to ask ourselves, how many times does 26 go into 233? Well, by golly, what do you know? We already did that over here just by chance. So it's 9. So we divided. We'll multiply. 9 times 26 is 233. Let's subtract it. It's 0. So here's our answer. 99 cents is how much each of those bookmarks cost. Notice what would have happened had you left out that decimal point. You would have just had a 99, meaning that each bookmark cost $99, and that's not true. Each one costs 99 cents, so decimal points are super important. Okay, one more, and I'm really excited about this part because, by the way, you don't need to know this next part, but I think it's super cool, and you should watch it if you want to find out what happens when you actually divide with a divisor as a decimal, okay? Ready? So let's say we have the problem 50 and 1/10 divided by 12 and 2/10, okay? So far we haven't worked with decimals in the divisor, just in the dividend. So if we set this up, there's a rule that says you cannot divide like this. You need to get this decimal point all the way over like it's a whole number. But whatever you do over here, you need to do over here too. So watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to move this decimal point over here. So I moved it over one spot, which means that in my dividend, I have to move my decimal point over here one spot. So my decimal point's actually going to go up here, and I don't need to do anything else. Now I'm just going to straight divide. Kind of funky, isn't it? And so this one, I know that 122 will go into 500 a total of 4 times. So 122 times 4 is 488. And then subtract. So I divided, multiply, let's subtract. Okay. Checking, 13 is less than 122, so we're good there. And then since we're working with decimals and I want to get rid of that remainder, I can bring a 0 down and then keep on doing things that way. So you don't need to know that part, but I think it's kind of cool, and it'll help you with future math. So see you later.